So I went along to, there's a bookshop in London called the Japan Center, and I went along to get Japanese magazines like this. And on the top row you can see a magazine called PC Engine Fan. I didn't have a PC Engine, which was a games console, but the girls on the cover were the 2D girlies were really cute, so I ended up buying it. And every time I went back to the Japan Center, I would discover more Japanese culture, things like anime, manga, and idols. So this is one idol which I came across. Her name is Nishida Hikaru. On the cover, this is the exact cover, the first time I spotted her, and fell in love with her immediately and declared her as my imaginary 3D girlfriend. So I wanted to understand Japanese culture more, and I felt that the way for me to do so was to start. Hold on, is my flight on there? Sorry. And the way for me to do so was to learn Japanese. So basically, what I started to do was to self-study. So I got dictionaries like this, and got a bunch of textbooks, and started studying on my own at home. No YouTube, no internet at the time, so I went along to another bookshop in St. Paul's, and they were renting out video recordings of Japanese TV programs, like variety shows, dramas, and manga. And so they were renting these out to Japanese folks living in London. But when these videos got old, the Japanese folks didn't want to watch them anymore, so they had to get rid of these videos. So they got rid of them to me, and they sold them to me for about £1 each. So studying on my own, I had to give myself regular homework. So basically, I got these A3 sheets of paper, and I would be scribbling kanji and their meanings on them, and I would be plastering them all over my wall, over my mum's house, and she wasn't too big about it. And what I also done was I had these, and I folded them up, stuck them in my pocket, so when I was waiting for a train or waiting for a bus, I could also study to make sure there wasn't any downtime. This is a place called Angel in London. It's very famous for 10 buses coming in a row after you've been waiting for an hour. And it's got lots of roadworks like this, and where there's no roadworks going on because everyone's having a tea break. So I took this photo in April. A long time ago, many moons ago, when I was back in the UK, I took nighttime classes. I decided I wanted to take nighttime classes, Japanese classes, once a week. At a place in Angel. So after a while, I had a conversation with a Japanese teacher, and I said to him that I'd really love to live and work in Japan one day. And he said to me, that's going to be impossible as a foreigner. And I was so bewildered that a Japanese teacher would say something like that to his students, like folks who are learning Japanese in his class. So I said, okay, you're full of bollocks, so I'm going to go somewhere else and study. So I went along to the Japan Center. They had a board, a classifieds board. So you can pay a few pounds a week to have something up on that board. So I had a piece of paper, and it said, seeking for Japanese language exchange. So I said, I'll speak to you in English, and you speak to me in Japanese, and if you're interested, call me on this number. So I'd done that, and after a while, some Japanese folks who were studying in London, they contacted me, and sure enough, it was the first time where I actually got to speak Japanese with Japanese native speakers. So it was very, very important experience for me. So I was still studying on my own at the time. And so I decided to set some goals for myself. So I applied for the Japanese language proficiency tests every year. So I bought books like this to help me along. So I took level 4 1 year and then passed it, and then took level 2 the next year and then passed that as well. So basically what I was doing, it was early 20s, I don't exactly remember, early 20s-ish. So basically, I would work during the year to make sure that I pass these tests. So setting goals for yourself is very important. One day, when I was coming out of the test centers for taking the proficiency tests, I was walking down the stairs, and there's these 2 Japanese blokes handing out leaflets. I had a look at the leaflets, and it said, Japanese language exchange, on the street, £5 a week. That sounded reasonable. So I went along, and this is what I discovered. It was actually an accounting firm. It was an English chap married to a Japanese lady, and they had this office, but they didn't need all the office space to do their operations. So they basically rented it out to like English folks, like local folks in England, and Japanese folks who were like learning English. So basically, they were able to like speak to each other in each other's language. And then at Excel, at this group over here, I was able to like meet more Japanese friends, and I was able to like learn more of the culture through my friends. I was very passionate about anime and manga at the time, and I really wanted to do something that involved anime and manga and my Japanese learning skills. So at the time, back in the UK, there was a company called Island Communications, and they were releasing anime titles in London, in England, like titles like Ghost in the Shell and Project Echo. So I approached their CEO, and I said, you know, I love anime, I love manga, I'd love to do something for you with my languages. And so he decided to set up a fan club magazine called Mangazine, which you can see over here. So basically what I ended up doing was he would like send me videos, and he would say, Danny, what do you think about releasing this title in the UK? And then there were like some titles which he had already decided on releasing in the UK, and I'd be like reviewing them and like attempting to write humorous reviews about them. So after a while, I really wanted to like use more of my Japanese, so I took a part-time job at a Japanese restaurant in London, Chelsea, called Benihana. So I wasn't one of the waiters like throwing knives and like killing customers. I was like one of the waiters like pouring beer on top of customers and drowning them. So one of the reasons why I took this job at Benihana was so that I could like speak Japanese with the Japanese customers. And also because I needed some cash to buy tickets to visit Japan regularly. So me being like very passionate about Japanese culture, I felt it was very important to actually go over to the land of the rising sun and absorb the culture. So this is what I've done. I spent like most of my savings, half of the savings was spent on a ticket to go to Japan. And then the other half was spent in Akihabara buying Japanese learning materials. Some people would call them Japanese health materials over here. So we've got things like idle books, idle VHS tapes, idle CDs.